Good morning, soul family. How you doing today? The lake is calm. The sky is blue, a little bit of haze. I've got a lot of activity. Yesterday, remember when we went outside and we saw the nest? I heard that tweeting and I thought for sure it was a hummingbird, and it wasn't. It was absolutely barn swallows. And Mommy and Daddy are working together. Daddy keeps building the nest a little bit more sturdy, and Mommy feeds the babies. So right now you can see, hi Mama, hi Mama. You got your babies in there? You got your babies in there? Yeah? Daddy didn't make a very big house, but that's okay, right? It's like what I watched in my dream. A tiny house. It's okay, I'm not gonna hurt your babies. You're so pretty. Oh, you know what? They're still building it. See how on the edge? That must be Daddy. It's okay. Oh, okay, you're just sitting on the babies. Okay. Isn't that interesting? Look. Oh, it's okay. I'm sorry. Okay, that's one of the parents. Okay, so that was one of the parents. That was pretty cool. And there goes, okay, so they're both parents, and they're working together, which I think is so cool. Okay, now that they're not here, shouldn't have done that. But one of them is carrying the mud in their mouth, like the wet mud clearly it's from the lake. It's from, I think it's amazing though. They're working as a team. That's the way it should be, right? Mama and Daddy working together. So I'm trying to control myself this morning, and I'm gonna let you guys look at what you can choose from. We've got a cheetah. These are my landlords, and this one's mine. We've got a rhinoceros with a fish on its back. How very interesting. An angelfish. See how it's striped? We've got Ganesh. It's got a bunch of writing all over it. Ganesh is very wise. And then we've got the white cat. So, I already know kind of what they resemble. I mean, what they stand for, I guess. So I'm looking at the cheetah, and I'm thinking the cheetah is a cheater. So this is going to be water signs. This is going to be air. It's going to be earth, and this is going to be fire. Okay? Let's put that down. I've got my computer all lined up with different things. So water. Oops, sorry. Water. What did I say? Air, earth. Sorry, it's going to be that now. If it wasn't before, it's going to be that now. Earth, fire. Okay, so those are your choices, all right? Water, air, earth, fire. All right, and I'm going to let you guys look out the window while I get us ready and while I talk to you. How would you, I don't know how long it takes for people to figure this out, but I hear what you say in your dreams, in my dreams, right? I hear the conversations. So I'm talking to somebody specifically, but how would you like to be referred to as a car, an old car? Now realize that when you speak about a vehicle and how you drive forward in life, it's going to be the partner, because you think about sex, right? And you're gonna drive. You're connecting with this person sexually, physically, like your bodies come together, your lives come together. So clearly, your vehicle that you're driving is going to be this partner that you've chosen. So my partner, who, remember I told you yesterday, well, the one who wants to be my partner, I wasn't around, so they went to this other person twice. And in my dreams, it was interesting because I told you guys that I kissed somebody twice, right? And I said it was like I thought it might have been over a period of a couple of years. It wasn't actually that long. It was actually there was I think one was fall and one was summer, something like that. And, but anyway, and I told you that I watched and I saw that my person got together, and they confirmed it in my dream that they did it twice. And the person that was with them said, "You did that twice?" And they said, "Yeah, well, she wasn't there." Oh, well, geez, Anyway, but I was referred to, it wasn't so much that I was referred to as a vehicle, because, I wasn't actually. I was referred to as a camper van. And that's kind of cool, I guess, because a vehicle, you can't live with your vehicle, but you can live in a camper van. So I guess one was a hookup and one was a permanent choice. that you could travel with, right? So that's nice. However, the part that was hard for me to hear was, yeah, you know, I know what my dad's going to say. I'm worried about my dad because, you know, he's going to say, and the person saying, I really want to go there. I think I can afford it. Afford it meaning I have, you know, what it takes. I'm worthy. Of course, we all are worthy. Afford it, you know, like maybe that also means, you know, somebody's not going to make you pay, you know, because some of the people, you really got to pay to be with somebody, you know, it costs you a lot. Like in self-worth, it costs you a lot in money, it costs you a lot in self-respect, whatever, right? And he could afford me, is what he was basically saying. The issue was, you know, yeah, well, it's gorgeous. It's, you know, it's exactly what I want. It's, you know, it's so funny how I described it in my dream. I was walking around in my dream and I was saying, look, you could live here. You know, it's wide enough that you could live here, which is nice. It's gorgeous. It's in such amazing condition. Look at the shape of it. It's vintage. It's classic. Now the thing is, classic, old school. That's what we called each other because we've known each other for a long time. And you want to go back to old school. And classic is good, I suppose, because it's old school values, right? Honorable, moral, blah blah blah. So he's describing this perfect vehicle for him, and the person's saying you should go for it. You should do it. I mean, hell. You absolutely can afford it. So the person is saying, of course you can, which is me in my dream, probably talking to him, because I was talking to him in my dreams last night, telling him he could do anything he set his mind to, and, you know, I've always been very proud of him. And it's funny, because I was talking with my Uncle Phil last night about relationships, about people, how people pick up, you know, they're with this person for this amount of time, and then they're with this person, and I said, you know, it's got to be some kind of an art, you know, people like that, who are constantly, you know, trading in their partners. And, you know, how do you do that? How do you go from one partner to another and smoothly in transition? I mean, it's got to be an art, right? So that was all in the conversation. And I know that because I was looking with my phone. I mean, he can tap into me too. It's not all my videos that he's tapping into. Because I was talking on my phone and I was texting something and it spelled my name wrong. And I said, nice, spell check. I spelled something wrong. And, I was saying, the person was saying I could afford this one, right? I could afford her, or this vehicle. And I was looking in my checkbook, and I looked at the checkbook, and I thought, why is my name spelled wrong, right? Because it was spell check, my phone. Anyway, I haven't got to the point why I'm a little bit miffed. This person sold on me, right? This vehicle, thinks this vehicle is beautiful and amazing, we could travel and blah, blah, blah. And the reason, and I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe he's really looking at, you know, a travel trailer, which is cool because I would love one, right? No, it changed quickly and it made it pretty clear because the person said, yeah, but, you know, even though it's classic and it's in great condition and it's gorgeous, you know, inside and out, it's still over 50 years old, you know? And my dad would say, and he was worried about his dad. My dad would say, you know, it's still an old vehicle, no matter how good looking it is, no matter how, you know, what great condition it is, it's still an old vehicle. And I thought, wow, you know what? You put me up against any 35-year-old and you see who lasts longer and you see whose body's in better shape. I'm telling you, straight up. My grandmother was 98 when she died and her mom was 102. And I find that insulting. Absolutely insulting. And you know what? How about looking at it this way? There are men that have way more wisdom and way more together, way more together than a younger guy. I didn't choose a younger guy because I was looking for somebody younger. I chose somebody because of my heart. It didn't have anything to do with the outside, and I wasn't really worried about what other people thought. You know? It was about my own feelings and my own thoughts. So if you're having issues with what other people think, don't bother going here. I'm not cheap for sale. So that's what I have to say about that. There was a lot more that I watched in this dream, and I'm thinking, when will you ever understand that I see what you say and I watch what you do? Will you ever get that into your head? That's why I had to watch everything for the last 4 years, and it wasn't fun. And I mean everything. So if you think I don't know that you're going to give up one lifestyle for a different, I've seen it. Ugh, frustrated right now. Yes, frustrated. Okay, so that was a personal. That was a personal, but you know what? And I don't care. You know what? If you don't have your own mind and you can't make up your own mind about what you want and what you decide and not give a shit what other people think, you need to go and do a lot of work on yourself. Because when I want something in my life, I don't, it doesn't matter to me what other people think. Now, maybe, okay, in your life, you've been really controlled by other people, but, that should show you right there. Things that need to change, right? And the person that this one was with, I don't know if it's his mom or a friend, but the person was really, really nice. And, thanks for being on my side, and thanks for seeing things, possibly in a different perspective. But, geez, fuck. Okay, so at 10 minutes and 33 minutes in, and I get it. The father loves this person but doesn't support the person's lifestyle. Well, I don't support your father's lifestyle. Okay. Here we go. Cheetah people. Cheetah. Cheater. Right? Cheetah, the fastest running animal on land. And that's a fact. Oh my God, that's a fact. So let's just start with that. We won't go really deep into it, but you know what the cheetah has to say? I think this is really funny. Because actually I didn't choose that for this particular reason, but I do know this about cheetahs. They want you to know to let go of other people's issues and focus on your own goals and stop trying to please everyone else. That's the main message coming from cheetah. Isn't that funny? I'm watching the mommy and daddy outside try to build the nest. They're so adorable, swooping up and down. Isn't that amazing? How daddy's getting the, who's your daddy? Remember yesterday? Daddy's building the house and mama's feeding the babies. Oh, it's just so cute to watch them. Anyway, okay. So the cheetah. What does the cheetah want to tell you? The cheetah is also saying sometimes you have to extend yourself and take a little bit of a risk in order to reach your goals. That's what cheetah's telling you. Reminding you that things are moving with, they're moving very quickly because cheetahs move with great speed. So they want you to keep yourself focused. See this cheetah how he's down and he's focused on what he's looking at in the front of him or her. So get your idea of where you want to go, and you have to bring all of the aspects of your plan, whatever it is that you're working on. Focus on everything, kind of like an overview, and you're going to have to be flexible. And you might have to revise things now and then, to get what you want, but you got to be clear with your intentions and what you're trying to create. So Cheetah is telling you that you might be spreading yourself a little bit too thin, trying to do too many things at one time. If you are a cheetah, if this is your animal totem, you do have the capacity for great empathy, and because of that, you have the ability to respond to hurt and pain and suffering that others go through. You are fearless as far as tough love, but you're able to say the things that you need to say without, I think about the King and Queen of Swords. I definitely can be the Queen of Swords, right? So can my twin. But we have a way of saying what we need to say without leaving the person completely decimated. The punch is removed. Maybe not as much as I do, right? So you basically say what needs to be said without, filleting people. And you're able to respond quickly to opportunities, but you're also, because the cheetahs are very quick movers, you also know how to get out of danger quickly. And you tend to be very solitary and very choosy with who you trust and who you bond with. Oh, did I ever pick a right sign? I am in a Pisces moon. Also, I probably shouldn't go so much into the animal messengers, it would take so long. But right now, Cheetah wants you to keep your eyes focused, and it's about acting with speed, and keep your eyes on the prize. Otherwise, you'll lose it. Okay, so we're working with what is this? The Fairy Tarot from Doreen Virtue. Oh, how funny is that? An Ace of Spring. So this would be the Ace of basically fire, I would say, and it's talking about it's time to take action. Just like we were told by the cheetah. Be fearless and happily pursue your most treasured dreams, amazing opportunities, and career opportunities. You see this, the butterflies, they're doing circles around this tree of growth. See, things are growing, and look at the love. The love is there. This is the magician. Look at, this is the magician. She's like wielding her magic and transforming things, and everything is coming to blossom. So when we're talking about, I would say that this is probably Pentacles, because it's earth. I think it's earth or it's fire. I'm trying to think of, it's hard for me to figure out the way Doreen Virtue has done this deck, it's a little bit different. And I don't know a lot about tarot, but it's about, I'm pretty sure it's about Earth. So Ace of Earth. So it gives you opportunities and tells you that you are able to reach them clearly, as you can see in this picture. The opportunities are there. You have the ability. But like the cheetah says, you know, you got to act. You know, you got to act. You've got to do something with it. Things are about to take flight, as you can see, because look at the butterflies. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, this makes sense to me with what I watched in my dreams, because the person was saying, I think I can afford it. Now, we can go right back down to the fact that it might be that he's looking at a camper van or a travel trailer or a mobile home, right? And that is good. I mean, a tiny home is great. Like I was looking out outside, the swallow's nest, they just had enough room for them in there, but that was enough for them. So when you say, you know, when he said in the dream, I think I can afford it, yes, you know what? And the person that was with him saying, yes, you can. You know, you don't need a lot. And that's the truth. We don't need a lot to begin, because look at how beautiful this is. I mean, I was showing these little tiny homes, right? In I don't know if you guys have been watching, but there's some beautiful things, and you don't have to have a lot. And it's also about finances. Spirit's been talking to us about that. We don't have to have a lot. We've got what we have the ability to manifest, and it's going to grow into more. So maybe there's a business opportunity. I'm looking at a bunny rabbit, which I didn't even see right here. And my girlfriend, Christina, said to me, there's 2 baby bunnies in my yard, and they're protected because they were running under the shed. It's just a little shed, but they're safe under there. And I said, well, put down a few carrots, you know, and she says, I did. I put some shredded carrots. I think they're safe. And I said, they are safe. I heard the song. What did I tell her? It was funny because I was communicating with her, and she wrote me this morning and showed me the picture of the 2 baby bunnies. And I said, what did she say to me? I've got baby bunnies in my yard, but no sign of mommy. So they're 2. It's a new beginning for 2, right? No mommy there. They're on their own. So it might be a new project, a new beginning, right? And there's a couple. And I said, I've seen baby bunnies out before. Mommy's got to be close by. And she goes, well, there's 2 of them. So far, I was mowing my backyard, must have scared them. I hope she's close by. And then I thought, well, maybe I should ask how big they are, because we have, you know, we've got that gazebo down in our backyard right there, and we have bunnies, and they go underneath the gazebo. They're safe under there, right? So I said, well, how big are they? Because if they're really tiny, and I didn't know where she had that they could go. And I said, if they're really small, you might want to keep an eye on them and round them up so that they're not eaten if mommy doesn't show up. And she goes, they're tiny. So this is brand new beginnings, right? And she says, I put out some chopped carrots. I have a shed they can hide under. But it's funny, I didn't see that she wrote that. I suspect that's when I came by with the lawnmower. And I was saying I wouldn't leave them all night. But the song was playing in the background. We're safe and sound. Now, there is a song, we are safe and sound. And that's what's going on, is there's a couple that's, you know, concerned about what's going on, and, you know, whether they can do this. You know, you think about this be a project, but in this, it's a relationship. It's called Safe and Sound. And that's basically what I heard playing in the background. And it goes along with this message. It goes along with the relationship. It goes along with my friend and the bunnies. If I could lift you up, I could show you what you want to see. I could take you where you want to be. You could be my luck. If the sky is falling down, I know we'll be safe and sound. And that's what I watched in my dreams. You know, not to get too mad at my twin, because he wanted it, right? But he was worried about what his parents would say, and, you know, and what his friends would say. He was too concerned about that. But he also knew that, you know, he called me a camper van or a mobile home. It was actually, I saw it as a camper van, a classic, because actually my ex had a camper van, and it was incredible. It had Mercedes tires, a Mercedes engine. It had the most beautiful paint job you've ever seen. It was beautiful. It was a work of art. And it had a bed inside, actually 3 beds, a hammock, and it was gorgeous. I loved it. I would have killed for that in our split. I wanted that. We also had a Porsche, convertible Porsche, right? So it was beautiful. It was quality. And so that's what he was describing, and that's what I was seeing. So he clearly wasn't saying that I was a wreck, but but it's also, this is what it's telling you, is, you know, you may not have enough, a lot right now, but according to the song that I was getting, and according to the baby bunnies, and I see a big bunny here. This isn't a baby bunny. There's a little robin here, which is new beginnings as well, but the big bunny, this bunny is capable, and that's what the person was, it was probably me talking to him, because our higher selves talk to each other, unless he was talking to somebody else who is a good friend. who was also saying to him, you are very capable. And I was telling him, and you're capable of doing anything. You have amazing abilities. So even if you don't have a lot of finances, Spirit is saying, you have the ability to create. You've got a giant bunny here. You've got massive transformation. You've got Robin here for new beginning. Everything is in full growth. So even if it isn't right now, this is what's going to manifest. But you need to take action on it, right? And in this dream, we're safe and sound. I could fill your cup. My river won't evaporate, meaning my emotions are there, right? It's never ending. This world we would still appreciate. Even if a hurricane of frowns, I know we would be safe and sound. So there's the family not wanting it. But together, we have something amazing. I could show you love. In a tidal wave of mystery, you'd still be standing next to me because this person knows of loyalty, right? So if you have a project that you're talking about, this is a project that's going to grow. You're going to succeed. You are safe and sound. And like I said to my girlfriend, put something down there. We were crossing over. So it shows me that we were crossing over in our dreams. I was thinking one thing, he was thinking another. So Spirit's giving me messages, which is great. Thank you. Now, as I was thinking, and you know what? My twin and I always did this when we would communicate, even in reality. I would say something to him and he was too slow to respond because he was probably thinking something, or he was probably busy, running 2 businesses that I didn't know he had. And so he didn't respond. So then I thought, okay, well, I'll ask him something else. And then he would say, I asked him, I think, where he lived. And before that, I'd asked him something actually quite deep. So he was probably thinking, he's a processor, about how to respond. And I wrote the next question. So then he writes back and he says, I'm trying to express myself to you and you want to know where I live, right? Because he was thinking about, he was trying to share something deep with him. It was difficult for him. And so it's also talking to us about that, all of this, about, don't move too quickly, allow things to unfold. And what I was, I'm jumping back and forth, and that's exactly what's going on. Jumping back and forth in my dreams between him and his thoughts and my thoughts, jumping back and forth between my friend and I as we were writing. She's writing one thing, I'm writing at the same time, and they both showed up at the same time, but it looked like she started writing before me. So he was thinking before I was, involved in the conversation. He figured things out, and I was just caught in the, being called an old van, an old classic. Now that can be put in a good way because I was thinking, now I'm laughing as you guys are probably listening to this because you got to think about this in your own situations. I said, oh yeah, well, I might be if I had all the money in the world, I said, maybe I don't want I don't know what it was, but I chose a car. And I said, I want a Jaguar, and I picked a Jaguar. And then I thought, no, I want him. At first I picked a Mercedes because I figured it was an expensive car. See, because the thing is, I don't know what's expensive. I just know what I like. I don't really care about the money. That's my thing, right? So I'm thinking of cars I like, right? And I'm thinking, I would prefer a Jag. I've always liked Jaguars. Think about it. The Panther, the Jaguar, I have. And I said, yeah, well, I want to, you may think that I'm an old, good looking or classic, camper van, but, maybe I don't want a camper van. Maybe I want a Jaguar, and I want a convertible Jaguar, and I want beautiful rims, and I was going on and on in my mind. I was so annoyed, right? That they were looking at me like this old beat up car. Now it's true. He wasn't calling me a beat up car. He was saying that I was a classic. That's actually not an insult. Because I like classics too. I would rather have a classic than the new models. The new cars, they're plastic. And think about that, plastic society, plastic people. You want something classic. You want something with old school values, right? Integrity, morals, honor. So it was actually, it wasn't insulting. It was actually very flattering. But I got stuck on the fact that his family wouldn't approve because I was an old model. Oh, an old model that's got a lot of wisdom. And I can do a lot more than that young plastic model that his father wants him to have. Okay, so then there's another message that I'm seeing here. My friend, I was saying maybe you want to leave out, what it's so funny because she'd already thought of that. I said, do you have any lettuce or any carrots that you can put under there? And she had already figured that out. So here I'm saying all these things and he's already figured these things out, right? So we're crossing over like we always did. And the problem is it's done in dreams and not in person. And it was done on the phone or computer before and not in person. And that's another issue. You need to act quickly, but you need to do things in person. This spiritual stuff is for the birds. Right now, it's for the birds. because you can get a lot of confusion. So don't jump ahead is the message also. Don't assume things. Don't jump ahead. Don't try and, maybe you heard it wrong. Maybe you didn't understand it. Maybe what he was looking at it was something differently. He's thinking classic, you know, this is classic. I love it. It's awesome. I don't have an issue with this. My family has an issue with this. But the cheetah is saying you need to act quickly on this opportunity because you might lose it. And for you in this, you need to act quickly on this. You have everything that you need. If you're worrying about this, about the project, about this relationship, about, you know, this vehicle that you want to buy, this may be truthfully all that they were looking at. They may have been looking at a vehicle that was for sale. Now that vehicle belonged to somebody else. And it's funny because it belonged to a molester. This guy had this vehicle, molested my child. So this vehicle belonged to and I know who it probably represents, somebody who doesn't agree with his lifestyle. But that's fine. We don't agree with his, do we? And what I'm looking at is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 butterflies. And 6, we have to remember, is talking about finances. 6 is telling you, don't be so worried about the material. Meaning the material items, finances, but also things of this material world. Keep your thoughts more elevated to spiritual matters. So it's good for me too. You know, okay, don't get so caught in your ego, Sherry. Elevate this. This is the love of your life. This is your twin soul. You love him. You know you want this. Don't get your nose in a knot. Okay, I get that. And because we're crossing over, you know, we're crossing over. Our dreams are crossing over. And you may be crossing over plans. So that's also telling me double check, triple check. Make sure you've got things lined up. Because this person was ready to leave a lifestyle that I have an issue with. I was watching the lifestyle that they led, and it wasn't my lifestyle, and it was offensive. And I did hear, well, I wonder if I could tow my car behind. Meaning, and then somebody says, well, what would you do if you needed to stop? You could stop at pit stops along the way if you wanted a hookup. Now, I have to admit, my mind, after watching all of the dreams I've watched, is talking about sex. It's talking about hookups. It's talking about the gay lifestyle. There's all kinds of things I saw because I was watching that. But remember, in dreams, we have to remember, I could be dreaming and connecting energetically to the person in this room, while the person in this room's energy, who is the gay person and the gay lifestyle, is what I'm seeing. It doesn't mean it's this one's. So we have to be careful about what we see in our dreams. I know this is all convoluted and crazy, and you guys are getting way too much information, but it needs to be said. Hollyhocks is what I'm noticing here. Hollyhocks grow in colder climates. We have them in Canada. I freaking love them. However, I saw them across the road. They grow here. I saw these hollyhocks growing in the yard of the drug person that we took our little prince from. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that right now. And this one's got red hair. So I'm seeing that. That's a message to myself. It's the family. It's the family. I'm just getting a personal message. The water's very calm, though. Remember, the water's calm outside today. So I might be all whipped up right now, but the water is actually calm emotionally, so it's good. So that's also telling you something. The water's calm. This is a good time. You've got growth. You might want to get away from that where you're at, because this is not good. So it's time to move away from that, is what I'm getting. So the area that you're in is toxic. You need to get away from there. That's another message. The career opportunities that you have in front of you, it's about moving in this direction, getting away from where you're at. The waters ahead are calm, the waters behind you. It's not the waters, it's what you're growing here, and it's not good. There's a lot coming into this message. You may not have all the details worked out. That's why Spirit says don't be so worried about the material, like the material world. You lean on Spirit to help you, because they don't want you to hold back. They want you to move forward in this project, in this relationship. If you're buying a vehicle, if you're getting that classic, what I was watching, it was gorgeous. I would have done it in a heartbeat. What I watched was I looked at a certain amount of money in the checkbook, and there was enough to pay for it, and there wasn't a lot left over. But there was enough, and the friend was saying, do it. So you have enough. You may not feel like you have enough financially to move on away from this toxic situation, but you do. You do have enough. And it does feel tight, and it does feel a little scary, but this rabbit is huge. This is huge. And that's creativity. And that's fertility, which means abundance. And there is magic all around it. And these 3 butterflies are ascended masters, and they are leading you away from here. These 3 butterflies, these are, as what I'm being shown, these are the 3 that you need to leave behind. They're all the same. Do you see them? See the colors? They're all the same. These 3 have the same lifestyle. These 2 do, and these 2 are the same, and this one's different. So this is a friend that's from this situation, and they're friends. It doesn't mean that lifestyle we want to segregate and separate from people that are different from us. This person is the same as them, but he doesn't hang out with them. He's different. And these two are the same. So I'm getting a shitload of messages here in this, but it's now. You know, they call it spring, but it's in full bloom. It's like, this is the time. And that's why Spirit's saying, whatever this opportunity is, if it's a relationship, you better move on it. If it's a job opportunity, absolutely go. If it's your project, you've got it. You've got everything you need. We've got all the confidence in the world. And this cheetah is telling you, you keep focused on your goal, and you're going to have to move quickly, right? Check out that, the fact that, what am I looking at? This is a sapling, right? This is like a new tree, but look how full of growth it is. What you have, this might be a new beginning. This might be a new relationship. This might be something completely new for you, right? This is a full-grown tree. You're leaving maybe a family tree, a hawthorn tree, but this sapling is filled with buds. So you may be leaving a family business. You may be leaving a business that you have worked at with these ones, right? These, maybe that's you, and you're building. So this could be, you know, two females, and this is a male, and these are all males. I don't know how it refers to you. Or it could be that you were in this lifestyle with those people. Maybe it was a religion, and you're separating. I don't know. But there's three here. It's interesting. I'm always seeing three. I always saw my twin with a little boy, and this one's quite little. So there's two different sexes I see here, and these are the same. So either two boys and a female, or and these are all females. I'm not certain. All I know is these are the same, and that makes sense because I saw gay females. I know you guys don't know what this is about, and maybe other people do, but I'm just getting things so fast that I'm speaking. It's coming so quickly, I'm trying to hold it all together. And I didn't expect to stay this long on this freaking card. My God. All I know is this also speaks about birth announcements. You know, the rabbits are fertility. It speaks about adoption. The fact that we saw the babies in the nest. I know that there is, it could be pets. You know, I keep seeing my twin with a baby, with a little boy. And sometimes it's a little girl. So I don't know if it's a cat or a dog or a little child, but I saw it as a human. But, you know, I call my kids, look at that. Isn't that the sweetest thing you ever saw? Oh my God. Those are my kids, so it could be animals. So it could be blending your pets together. Who knows? And that's going to take it's going to take some fancy footwork if you're in a travel trailer. But I got to tell you, what I'm getting from Spirit is whatever this project is, if this is a relationship, you can work things out. Things might be a little bit frenetic. Things might be moving at a really quick speed, which makes you feel a little overwhelmed. But it's beautiful. Everything is beautiful. Even if, you know, somebody does get their nose in a knot like me. You know, there's way too much fun. It's new beginnings, career changes, promotions, birth announcements, everything all rolled into one. It's fantastic. And I picked way too many cards. This is going to be ridiculous, this reading. Oh my God. Amber. We had Amber yesterday, so we're not going to go there for too long. Thank you, God. Give it over to God. Take a deep breath and relax. Exhale the situation. Burn some copal. I need to burn some copal. Yes, I do. And this room still smells like that. It smells so damn good. So we won't go too far into Amber since we did speak about it yesterday. But it is, if you do have any worries, if you do have any, you know, like I said, I could have been watching him completely looking at, you know, this mobile home or this travel trailer, and it had nothing to do with us except for the fact that I was the 50-year-old. And maybe it is. Maybe it's a classic. Maybe it's a classic trailer. And I'm getting, you know, that's my own insecurity. So forgive me if that's the situation. I'm laughing at myself. But anyway, Spirit wants you to, you know, not worry because there's an issue that's weighing you down. But the cheetah doesn't get weighed down. The cheetah is available to move at lightning speed. They're graceful, they're beautiful, they know what to do. So do you. And Spirit is there. You're not alone. As we saw, there's Spirit leading the way. Those three butterflies also represented ascended masters. They also represented coming full circle and completion. So if you need to pray, get down to it, pray, be sincere, you know. Don't hold on to the problems. Don't hang up. Don't get hung up on all the things that I just said that's going to scare you. See the beginnings and see that everything is actually really, really freaking fantastic. And Spirit knows how to solve any problem. And remember that amber can brighten your mood. It can lift your mood. And it smells fantastic. So and remember it's a resin that comes from a tree. And I'm thinking about, right now for some reason, I'm thinking of the woodpecker. And I shouldn't go there, but the woodpecker. Sometimes you got to peck and peck at something, you know, and you let the sap start running down. And you got to go away and do your thing and you come back. And Spirit catches the sap. Basically, the sap catches the bug, sorry. So basically, do what you can. And then hand it over to Spirit. Let them handle it. And then when you're ready, come back. You'll have what's there. Oh, check it out. See? Wealth. wealth. Get ready for tremendous success. Prosperity paves a golden path for you now. You're being showered with blessings. Okay, not only are you getting a golden path, but you've got Amber. Spirit's on your side. Totally on your side. It's golden. It's the divine masculine. This whole card, man, water signs, you've got it all. You've got a cornucopia of abundance, and it doesn't necessarily have to be financial. It's everything. It's love, it's finances, it's health, it's friendship. It's you look at this. Follow that yellow brick road and lead it to where you want to go. This is fantastic. Get ready. See? Oh my God, that sapling is so full of buds. I mean, you've got ideas, and it's going to be good. Whatever it is, the relationship, the vehicle, the house, it's got possibilities. You may be buying a little place. You may be renting a little place, right? But you both have the ability, or you have the ability to make it into something fantastic. It doesn't have to be big. Those barn swallows, they're making a gorgeous little nest. It may not be big, but it's gorgeous. Woo! This situation will improve. This situation will improve. Okay? I'm glad these are quick and I can move forward because I took way too much time. 35 minutes I took. 35 minutes and 47 seconds in. We go to the Rhinoceros. And who is the Rhinoceros? Let's see. The Rhinoceros is, when I saw rhinoceroses when I was rhinoceroses, is that how you would say it? When I was on my walk through the only little area of forest that we have in Fallbrook here. It's a beautiful area. My twin had property up in that area, up in Deleuze it's called, and it's such a gorgeous little area. And I was walking along and I saw a rhinoceros in one of the woods, in one of the stumps. So the rhinoceros is a symbol of gentleness. And look at this rhinoceros is carrying this fish on its back, this angelfish. And look at, there's new growth. Can you guys see that? I know it's quite light and the light's shining here on it, but there's new growth. These are like little saplings that are coming out of the ground here. And there's a fish. And this is strong and steady. And there's another fish on this side. So there's a pair. What's up here? This is interesting. To me, this looks like a praying mantis. And you know what the praying mantis speaks about? Knowing when to strike. The art of stillness and knowing when to strike. So there's a pair being carried by this rhinoceros. So the rhinoceros, gentleness, unconventional behavior, peaceful personalities, steadiness, power, agility. This is my twin. I said mean things about him because I was mad at him, but I told you I've got a volcano temper. Check it out. He's got a little chip in his ear. He wasn't hearing things quickly or correctly, and maybe he shouldn't hear. Maybe just don't take the mad stuff that I said. He's laughing at me as he listens, I know. Now, this rhinoceros is carrying two fish. I find that interesting. Two fish. I'm a Pisces. He's a Pisces. So maybe this rhinoceros would represent, who would it represent in your life? This definitely represents him, his personality. But it also represents spirit, right? Carrying us. Spirit helping us with the new growth. Two fish. Two fish out of two becomes many, right? So it's prosperity. Fish represents finances. It does. And so we're talking about finances. They're protected by a peaceful, steady personality. They know what they want, and they know how to get it. So maybe they're slow. So what I'm looking at is like the Prince of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady, but he knows what he wants. Takes forever to get there. But when he does, but he knows where he's going. He's solid, he's steady, he's not movable once he makes his mind up, or she. Should I go more about the rhinoceros totem? No, because I'll take forever to get through this reading. Well, I'll give you a little bit more. The rhinoceros is telling you to trust your inner wisdom, and they don't want you to look at appearances only. They want you to go beyond that and trust what you get with your higher self. Wow, my heart. I don't know if it's my heart. I feel like I'm about to have a heart attack, but it's not that. It's my stomach. My stomach is spinning, so it's like butterflies. It's nervousness. The rhinoceros is asking you to live in harmony with the ones around you and appreciate that they might be annoying, but they can help you. So there's two fish and this rhinoceros. So whoever this is, I'm laughing. I'm thinking about my Uncle Phil. This represents my Uncle Phil to me. He's a sweetheart. This is him, slow and steady and sweet and gentle. And I say to him all the time, I know I annoy you, but he puts up with me. He's amazing. Oh my God. And they want you to remain grounded. Notice how strong. I mean, think about a rhinoceros. They're pretty strong, right? They're rooted. They're very, very grounded. And this is speaking about my Uncle Phil. This is amazing to me because I said to my Mama Sherry how he makes me feel so. I love being around him, and I'm like I'm like the hummingbird, and I'm like a butterfly. I'm all over the place, right? And I said, I know I must drive him crazy, but I'm just so drawn to him. And she said to me, well, he is very grounding. And he is. And I apologize to him all the time about my behavior. And he's just like, it's okay. He's super cool. So he is reminding us to stay grounded in what we're pursuing, and especially our spiritual growth, and take things one step at a time. Don't go too far ahead. Whoops. Which is kind of what we were being shown in the Cheetah message. Everything's like going crazy, but take it slow and steady, and don't go too far ahead. They're letting you know that you need to look more closely at things around you, because things aren't what they seem. So like what I said, I was looking at it wrong, right? And are you looking at the negative instead of the positive? Are you looking at the lack instead of the abundance, right? Which is me being smacked through this whole reading. Like Spirit is like smacking me left, right, and center. It's so funny. I can take it. They want you to stop and give thanks to the miracles that are around you, and that are constantly occurring around you at this time. Like the little nest that I look up there. That's a miracle of life. It's beautiful. And they want you to look through your spiritual eyes, not through your physical eyes. Remember the first message. Don't be so stuck on the material world. Look more closely at things through the eyes of spirit. And keep your connection close with I love the way these feel. Notice how I'm touching these. They want you to feel. That's why. Spirit wants you to connect yourself to your feelings. And for the most part, if this is your totem, you're a solitary person. You're very wise. You like to spend a lot of time alone. You enjoy the company of yourself, and you're comfortable being with yourself. You have a very close connection to spirit, and you are very wise, and you're connected to the ancient ones. I'm telling you, this talks about my twin as well. Interesting. The success that you have is basically self-made, and it's and you know what's real. And you know how to live, because you know the importance of being in the here and the now, and what's important in life. You're like I said, you're self-made. Your success is self-made, and you are a powerhouse. In whatever field that you've chosen, you're good at this. You push through like a rhinoceros, right? You might be a workaholic, because that's just part of who you are. That's part of your nature. So we'll stop with the rhinoceros totem, and we'll go to your first message. 7 of spring. So again, this is a Pentacles. Why is this so? Sorry that this is so light. Maybe if I tilt this up, I don't know. Maybe it's the light coming at me from the front. I just don't like to. There, that's a little bit better, is it? There we go. So 7, of course, the number 7 is you are on the right path, and it will exceed your expectations. So being of Pentacles, Pentacles is coin, right? So this is good. We can also take it of spring, because we're in this time period right now. And the messages are all seeming to kind of flow together. That's why a lot of people that take this ain't like all the messages. This is good, because, and I would suggest, as I always do, that everybody looks at each of the messages, because there's something that's going to be connected. You see this one wrapped in fire, right? Passionate. And she's got her bow, and she's pulled that bow back, the arrow back, and she's focusing on it, just like the cheetah was told to focus. And they're telling you, be assertive. She's active here, right? She's up in the air. She's active. Don't back down from what it is that you want, for what you believe in. This is about standing up for yourself. Look at her wrists with the armor, right? She's like, nothing's stopping her, man. She knows where she's going. She knows where she's going, and she knows she's going to get there. So right now, Spirit is telling you, you should stand up for yourself. It's healthy for you to stand up for yourself. Don't allow anyone to talk you out of what you feel and your beliefs. You're feeling right now on this subject, you're right on target, is what Spirit's getting. This is not the time. A lot of times people will say back down. Oh my God, look at this bar. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I know I'm all over the place today, but that was the burrowing owl. That was a burrowing owl. And the owls are about seeing past the deception and wisdom, but these are baby owls. Oh my God. Burrowing owl. Don't go back into your cave is what I'm getting. And the snowy owl. Oh my God. I can't get over it. I've got way too many things going on. Sorry. Spirit's showing me so many things at one time that it's difficult for me. I'm looking at the snowy owl and how they swallow their food whole. They take it all in, and then they regurgitate, you see like skulls and everything. They take it all in. So basically, it's kind of like what I'm being shown to do right now is take everything in. Take it all in, and you don't have a lot of time to move. It's like you'll regurgitate it later. You'll get your messages later. Pull it all in right now. And a lot of times Spirit says to us that we should compromise. right? Oh, you know what? Compromise. Well, right now, Spirit's saying they don't want you to compromise. This is not the time for you to compromise. They don't want you to back down. This is the time to pay attention to what's going on around you. Stay at the ready. She's got that bow pulled tight and that arrow back, right? She's ready to defend. And pay attention to everything that's going on. That's why I'm looking at everything the owls, the owls are saying. Look at past the illusions. See the truth. See past the deception, right? Pay attention to what's going on around you, because things are not what they seem. And you've got to take it all in, and you may have to do this all really quickly, like I'm doing right now. And that's what Spirit said to me recently. And I think I've been talking to you guys about it, that things are going to, may start happening very, very quickly. And you'll have to take things, you'll have to take a look at things really fast and make decisions really quickly. So you're getting a glimpse of me having to do this right now, multitasking and looking at things really, really quickly. So pay close attention to what's going on. What can you glean? What can you learn from the situation around you? Don't allow anyone to intimidate you right now. This person is not intimidated. Whose sign is this? Oh, I removed it. I don't even know who this is right now. But don't allow anybody to get in the way of you, right? This is about standing up for your rights. This is about speaking your truth. This is about, like, yesterday I was signing a petition after petition after petition. You know, I just posted something about Kevin Costner speaking about how he doesn't even recognize this country right now. He goes, I don't recognize its voice. I don't recognize the people, and that we need to do something about this right now. Like right now. Separating children that don't even understand their language from their families. It doesn't matter what message that you're trying to send to the people coming across the border. These children don't speak English. It's terrifying to be removed from their families, never mind when you don't even understand the language. There's something wrong. This needs to be done in a better way, right? This is not being done right. So right now, sign petitions. You know, call the government, you know, attend rallies, demonstrate. There is strength in numbers. There is. I sign every freaking animal petition there is that comes by my Facebook page. I'm going to get really emotional. We're talking about children in cages. I don't care. A lot of people, somebody wrote to me and said, oh, that video was from the Obama era. I don't give a fuck. Right now, there are children in cages, okay? There are people being put in cages, and they don't understand what's going on. They don't speak the language. They don't know what people are saying to them. It's not okay. There's got to be a better way. So sign the petitions. There's something really fucked up with this government right now, and it's the president. And in my case, there's really something fucked up with the person running this family. There's something wrong with that person. He's not mentally right. So in this same situation, stand up for yourself. Speak your truth. Don't allow anyone to intimidate you. This is a time to assert your independence. And my twin, please don't be worried about me that I got all twisted. I got your back. I got your back. On both sides. I got your back. I'm strong. I might get a little bit twisted, but don't worry about it. I can't help that my age bothers me. It's one of my ego flaws, right? So the fact that she's dressed in fiery colors represents this is probably a suit of fire, right? I mean, both of them are fire. So this is definitely passionate, going after a cause, right? She's definitely passionate in her mission. Whatever it is, she's passionate. She's passionate in her love. She's passionate in her work. She's passionate in what she stands up for, and standing up for the underdog. Whatever it is, you do this too, Spirit says. And check out this. Look at the way she's standing there. I freaking love this picture. This is like, don't fuck with me, right? I am poised. I am ready. Not only can I fly, I am strong. I am ripped. I am equipped. I have wisdom. I have knowledge, and I have ability, and I know how to use it. And that is how I feel about me. So classic convertible, that's not cheap. That's not plastic. That's the real deal. So take a stand right now. Know that you're right. This is definitely about courage, standing in the face of adversity, you know? And maybe right now, maybe you need to do something like this. Like my grandson, I told you my grandson reminds me much of my twin. They're both amazing. They're both gentle. They're both very sensitive. And my grandson is soft-spoken, you know, and he's taking a martial arts course right now because he was getting bullied. So maybe it's time for you to take a martial arts course. Maybe it's time for you to do something, take something in the way of self-protection. Or maybe it's just time for you to be somewhere where it's safer, away from that crazy dictator, right? Because those baby bunnies, my friend, she showed me, she had them in a there was a shed that they could go under, they could hide out, they were safe. So go somewhere. Go by and be with an Uncle Phil, somebody that can stand up for you, somebody that's slow and steady and was going to win the race, right? But that's going to protect you. And that's spirit. Call on your spiritual masters and recognize that, you know what? You might be just like my grandson. He's sensitive and he's soft-spoken and he's gentle. But I got to tell you, if somebody goes to hurt one of his puppies, I'm going to get emotional again. Or anybody, his mom, you want to see something come to life. So it's the same thing with little people. You know, we might be little, but we're mighty. And you come against anyone we love and you watch a 5'2.5", 125-pound girl throw a 300-pound man across the room, because I've done it. So we have this in us, all of us. We all have this within us, and we all have spirit within us. So do what you need to do. Defend your position. Stand up for others. Take a stand. Take whatever assertiveness classes that you need to take, or precautionary steps that you need to take. Whatever you need to do, go to the gym, get yourself, in physical shape. Now's the time. This is going to be the longest reading on the planet. Sapphire, right on. Thank you for giving us something that we got the other day, so we don't have to go too deep into it. Sapphire. We spoke about the sapphire and we spoke about the ruby. We're getting double emphasis on sapphire, actual triple, because we got this yesterday. Sapphire and the ruby and the diamond are all hard as nails. Okay, they're strong. Sapphire talks about speaking your truth. It talks about also sadness and depression. So the sapphire is telling you right now, okay, even though you've got the one side of you, right? You got one side of you. What I'm seeing are two different personalities here. And it could be the two different personalities within you, like I said, right? You've got this within you and you've got this within you. Because the sapphire is saying easy does it. Health, happiness, abundance require a gentle approach, okay? So both, you've got to find, this is where we do want to compromise. This is where or maybe what we want to do is merge the two. This is like my twin and I. There we are. There we stand, right? This is like my grandson and his mom. That's her, that's him. And that's like my son-in-law and my daughter. They make a great team. It's like fire and water working together. And that's what you're looking at there. The fire will warm up the cool water, and the water will cool down the hot fire. So it's actually a perfect match. So right now, on one hand, you've got to be assertive after certain things. You've got to stand up for yourself, right? And you've got to move. But on the other hand, there are other things that you need to do, as in stop worrying about deadlines. Stop worrying about the material so much. Stop worrying about what other people think. You've been pushing yourself. That is more stressful on you than this. See, this doesn't require any effort for me. That's my personality. And this is this person's personality. But too much worrying and too much trying to please other people and too much of worrying about the deadlines and the lists and lists, that's going to stress out this personality. Also, it's telling me, okay, this is all good and well, Sherry, tone it down, which I can do, right? And it's funny because when you get these two together, they balance each other out. I'm always calmer in his presence. And he's probably got a fire lit under him and mine. But what's going on is you've got to blend. You've got to maybe stop over socializing. You're pushing the candles, burning it at both ends at work, or maybe partying too much. You need to get your rest. You need to make sure that you're eating properly. You're getting enough sleep. Don't burn it out, right? Don't burn it out. Your work, your sleep, both things. We're absolutely just watching a balance here. We're watching a balance. This is about detoxing your thoughts. This is about detoxing your body, so that your energy levels can be brought up. Maybe this one has been in a period of not feeling well. Maybe someone has not been well health-wise, and one is stronger than the other. Well, you can help one another out in that way, right? But you can have that within yourself. So I'm looking at many different messages here. I'm looking at two different people. I'm looking at two sides of the same person. I'm looking at two sides of the same situation. How you have to find a balance. And one can balance the other. So you've got this reserve within you. Even though you are tired, you've got that in you, right? Even though you've got this desire to do, you have to take it easy and make sure that you're not pushing yourself. Because like I said, I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. That's literally what I felt like. My stomach and my heart is beating really, really quickly. I'm speaking really quickly. You can feel that. My energy is really intense right now. I'm probably picking up other people's energy. That's what happens with me. I'm an empath. So that's another message. We have to make sure that we're shielded and protected. See ourselves in a white light right now. Ask our Father to give us a sense of calm and peace around this situation and whatever it is that we're dealing with here. because it might be that that's what's going on. There might be the feeling of overwhelm, and I'm feeling that. I'm literally feeling that overwhelm. So there's no need to have ourselves feel this way. Don't go too far ahead. Don't focus on, the horrors of, oh my God, what if this went wrong or what if that went wrong? Don't worry about that. You might be also going too far in the back and be worrying about things that happened in the past and stressing over that. So there's going to be a balance, right? We're going to come to the middle here. Again, as what we were being told about yesterday about this, staying in the here and now, but it also might be time to retire from a job that's just killing you, right? It's just too much. It's too much work. Slow it down. But they're not even talking slow it down. They're saying it's time for a job change. This job that you might have had, it's killing you. It's the job that's killing you, and it's time. And your health is at risk. You might be, well, what it is literally, you work, you push. The reason I'm feeling this in my heart, you might have health issues. You might have had a breakdown because of work, or you may soon be about to have a breakdown. You might get yourself very sick. You might have a heart attack. You could achieve all the money and success and status and end up having a heart attack and not being able to enjoy it because you're dead. So seriously, Spirit is saying this. I'm not elaborating here. This is a message that Spirit's saying. Right now, you have your mental health or your physical health is at risk. So the ruby is on one side. We got the ruby here, and we got the sapphire here. We got these two beautiful crystals that are very, very strong, and they're very, very good to help you meditate. Now, I would think that the ruby is going to give you the fire that you need to move. The sapphire is going to calm you down and relax you. So if you're the one that's feeling the overwhelm, sapphire. Here, let's put our star sapphire in front. And that's what that is, actually, is a star sapphire. So keep that there to calm yourself. I'm feeling it. Look at my hands. I'm feeling that energy. So I'm feeling the nervousness, probably because of my fire, and this one's nervous. So there's got to be a balance. It's good. It's all good. Distraction. Okay, you're juggling. I don't like that. So you're juggling too many things, and that's what Spirit said. Are you juggling too many people? That's what I watch in my dreams. Don't do it. One's got to go, right? Two are fine, but one's got to go. Maybe you're trying to please too many people, and you're trying to, maybe this is what you're feeling, like I'm feeling. Oh my God, everything's moving so quickly now. It feels like all the balls are in the air. So by keeping things moving, you create a false sense of forward motion, keeping intimacy at bay. Stop, take a risk, allow love to penetrate your resistance. Okay, so this one, the slow and steady one, the Prince of Pentacles, that's moving, he is the Knight of Pentacles, or the Prince of Pentacles. He is the slowest moving knight in the deck. Yes, he's slow. Yes, he's steady, and he knows where he wants to go, but he may never get around to going there. He is the slow as dirt. So you may have been working, dealing with all this stuff, right? Because you're trying to keep your mind off of love. I don't want to go there. I'm too nervous about it. My heart's about to explode. I can't do this, right? Don't do that. By keeping yourself busy doing other things, you think that you're keeping that. You're keeping your mind on other things because you don't want to look at it. And so you feel like you're moving forward, but you're actually not. So stop and take the risk. Let the love in. Because now is the time to focus on you, not on everyone else, not on people pleasing, not on what everybody else has to say, also not on your work. Now's the time to make sure that you are keeping yourself healthy, right? Your mind healthy, your spiritual path, slow and steady. Remember, you have someone that's going to carry you. You've got peaceful, gentle, wonderful around you. You've also got the ability. If this is a partner, you've got that. You've got an equal balance. You've got this within you as well. You've got it. So focus on you. Don't end up having a heart attack. Don't get overwhelmed. Focus on you and what you want, your priority. You are the priority, and what you desire is the priority at this time. Okay, so at 59 minutes in, my God, see, this is going to take forever. We got Ganesh coming forward. Ganesh, the wise one. So the elephant totem, gentle. Again, another very gentle and family oriented, right? They all come together as a team. That's why we call upon Ganesh as our helper. They're also going to remove obstacles, right? And when the elephant makes an appearance in your life, it talks about improved relationships with the divine feminine, with the sacred feminine. And it's not just with other people, it's within yourself. So improved relationships with your mother, improved relationships with a female in your life, or improved relationships with how you see your own internal femininity. The elephant wants to ask you, are you shirking responsibility? Maybe it's time for you to catch up on a few things. So, like in this situation, you're juggling other things to stop you from allowing love in, right? You're keeping things moving, and it's a false sense of motion. So the elephant is saying, are there things that you need to actually look at, right? Things that you haven't wanted to look at, things that you have been avoiding looking at this time. It's time to take a gentle approach to it. It's time to take a strong stand with it. You've already got the tools that you need, as Spirit keeps telling us, to accomplish what you are wanting to bring in, or wanting, or what you're desiring, what your heart is desiring. So just go for it. The fact that you are an elephant person is telling you that your determination and your loyalty is key at this time. They don't want you to give up because success is very, very close for you. It's like, don't quit before the miracle, right? We always call him Ganesh, the obstacle remover. Loyalty. They're very loyal as a team. As I said, if little one gets in trouble, they all come together, just like our spiritual family, right? So you call on your spiritual team. Determination, loyalty is key right now. Keep slow, steady, but moving forward. There's a lot of it about determination and sticking with it, right? So remember, again, nurture yourself. It's about nurturing yourself. Look after yourself. Make sure that you are strong before you reach out to help other people. And it might be, look at this, the wearing off on here. You've been taking care of everybody else, and allowing yourself little chips to happen to your armor and to your own physical and mental health. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself. What parts of you need to be nourished at this time? Physically, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, anything. What needs to be nourished for you at this time? You want to take a look again, like as we were shown in the very beginning. Look at the big picture. It might mean that you have to unearth some things that you have buried. You've been trying to keep things at bay. You're right. You've been creating this false sense of forward motion, and you've been stuffing things. So you need to unearth the things that you've been trying to push away. You're very intelligent. You do a lot of research. Look at all of the information that you have all over you. You're somebody who looks into things deeply. You might go too far. You might be an overanalyzer, right? You're deeply moved, and you respond from a deep sense of inner knowing. Your feelings are very big with you. You're very old and very young at the same time. This reminds me of when I was told about my twin soul, and it's about me too. She's older, but she's very, very young at heart. He's young, but he's an old soul. Like my grandson, he's a crystal child. He's only 12, but he's ancient. So it's both. Family is very, very important to you because of and loyalty. You're very, very cautious and very concerned about elders as well as the little ones. But loyalty is the biggest thing that comes forward. No matter what the circumstances, loyalty is a big one for you. So, what do we have to see here? Renewal. I find this really intriguing. This is kind of like Uncle Phil sitting there. So this is somebody who's got a plan. They've got their map there, and they're taking notes. They're listening to spirit, their higher self. Could be a good friend here. They're listening to their animal messengers, absolutely. They've got a robin here, new beginnings. Again, the rabbit for fertility, butterfly transformation. But this person is getting ready to go on a journey. But before, he's doing a review. So it's kind of about, where have you been? Kind of like what the elephant was saying. Look at all the information that you have here, and you've had to maybe go back and bring some other things up from the past and look at things. You're doing a review about where you were and where you're going. What tools can I bring forward? What are things that I need to discard? What is it that my life's path is? Where is it that I want to go? You're sitting up there in the forest, in the trees, trying to figure this out, right? This is about renewal. Could be a renewal of a relationship, renewal of a project, renewal of something that you let go in the past. But you're very conscious of this, and you're very focused on this, and you've been thinking about this, like I saw in my dreams. I don't know if my twin was talking to someone or if he was talking to me. It could have been our higher selves talking to each other. Who knows? But it's definitely about review. So where do I want to go? Where have I been? What worked? What didn't work? What don't I like? What do I miss? Right? What are the inspirations that pop in? What are the little flashes that you get from that little voice inside of your head? Take note of it. Write it down. Look at this elephant. He's got everything written down, right? These are epiphanies, and they're there to guide you. These little thoughts that you get, you're getting them from the fairies that are floating around, from the animal messengers, from the little... I mean, there's so much that's coming out in this reading. I can barely get it all out of my mouth without stumbling over my own words. There's so much. So maybe that's what it is. Don't get bogged down in so much. This elephant's got so much written all over him that, you know, maybe you're spending so much time doing all of this that you're not moving forward. You're stuck in this place. So this is definitely a milestone in your life. This is definitely the number 20. Think about that. 10, double it. 10 is a gateway. It's the end of something and time to move into something different. This is definitely a phase of your life that's passed, and now something new is coming forward. This guy reminds me so much of my Uncle Phil. I can't tell you. He's like Santa Claus, you know, happy, gentle, generous, knowledgeable, and this is about pulling in all aspects of yourself. I'm seeing your old soul and your young thoughts. I'm seeing everything come together at the same time. I'm seeing your spiritual as well as your earthly ego mind. I'm seeing your lessons from the past and your thoughts about the future and the dreams. I'm seeing everything all together in one place. The big picture all coming in together, and the vision of what could possibly be. There's so much. This is about fulfilling your destiny. This is about seeing things in a whole new light. Like, oh my God, everything. That's what I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing it all at one time. It's like one big projector screen and everything is flashing by. Have you ever seen that where, you know, somebody is, it's like when somebody dies. That's what it is. It's like the death of the old and the beginning of the new. And in that flash, their entire life flashes before them. That's what I'm seeing. Everything all at one time. And it's all of a sudden... releasing judgment of yourself, releasing judgment of others, and understanding everything had to happen that way in order for me to be who I am now and to go where I want to go. I'm going to take every aspect of all of that and put it all together. I understand where I want to go. This is amazing. This is amazing. It's amazing. You need Ganesh, the obstacle remover. Apetite. Progress, not perfection. Okay, this is awesome because it's all about moving forward. It's not about doing it perfect, right? Nothing was done perfectly in the past, but everything brought us lessons. Everything brought us tools that we can use. It's about not comparing ourselves to other people. It's about thinking about how far we've come, just like in this message. How far I've come, what I've done, right? To bring me to this place. It isn't perfect, and it's not perfect, and it doesn't matter if it's perfect. Everything is perfectly imperfect as it is. So I'm not going to judge myself. I'm going to look at how far I've come. I've been reviewing all of this. These go hand in hand. Again, the color, for the color Apetite, I have on my twin's wand that I made him, the Osprey magician's wand, I have the crown is made of Apetite. That's the stone that's on the top. And it's telling you, you don't have to judge yourself by other people. Look at everything that you've done in your life. Look at what you have learned. And you may not feel that you are very equipped, or maybe you don't feel like you are very learned, but you are, because you've lived before. And you've read and you've studied, and you may not have experienced it in the physical, but you have mentally. And you know, you probably have in a past life. So don't fear that things aren't perfect, or that you aren't going to get what you need. Spirit's already told us. Ganesh is the obstacle remover. There are no obstacles. You couldn't have anything more powerful next to you than an elephant. You just couldn't. To me, Ganesh is a symbol, right? Nothing is going to stop an elephant from getting through. And they are protection. Oh my God. And they're loving and they're loyal. Think about it. You've got all of this within you. So Spirit is telling you that you're perfect just the way you are. You are made the way you are. Like that song, I want something just like this. Like I talked about Jane Fonda and that guy, you know, he was younger than her, and she was saying, well, this is who I am. This is what I got, you know? No false eyelashes, no hair extensions. You know, I don't have a cane, but, you know, what if I had a cane? And then he walks up and says, I want just this, everything about you. And that's what Spirit is saying. We want just this. Everything about you is perfect as it is. You don't need to be like other people. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone else. Older, younger, wiser, more mature, or a newer model. Fuck all that. You have everything you need, and it's all perfect as it is right now. So focus on the progress that you've made. Stop being so hard on yourself. Stop judging yourself. You are beautiful inside and out. You are loved inside and out. I walk by, I'm thinking about this sign that I walked past, and I took a picture. It was a house that was for sale on the corner. It was a cool house, and it's been neglected. People haven't been there in a long time. Makes me sad. There's a pond in the front, and it has reeds that are dying, and I'm like, God, somebody needs to get there and take care of that. But I look at that, and there's a sign out front, and on the top of the sign it says, I'm gorgeous inside. And I stood in front of that sign, and I said, and I pointed at it, and my Uncle Phil said, damn straight. And that's the truth. You're gorgeous inside. You may have some nicks on the outside. I may be an older model, right? But I'm a classic old school, and I'm in great condition. Inside, I'm perfection, right? So inside, you're perfect just the way you are. Doesn't matter what the outside. You're lovable the way you are, and you deserve to be around kind, supportive, loving, nurturing people. You deserve that. You deserve friends and loved ones. And if you're around anyone who is criticizing you, or who doesn't think that you are that shit, that's who you need to get away from. Because that's toxic, and that's abusive, and they don't need to be in your arena. So peace the fuck out to them. Release. Okay. So this guy is under a pile of baggage, and she keeps trying to pull him away from his baggage. Spirit says drop it. Don't worry about it. He doesn't want to go. He's got all this baggage. He has put this baggage on top of himself. She's trying to drag him out from underneath there. Don't. It's not your job to carry his baggage. It's not your job to pull him out from underneath whatever he's got on top of him. Now, it could be reversed. This could be a man, and this woman's got so much baggage. You've been trying to help, but you know what? It's time to release it. Let it go. Let it go. Here's the sun. How do you feel in this relationship? Are you supported? If you're not supported in a positive way, then with gratitude and compassion, let it go. Create space for true love to enter. Let it go. You deserve, just like what we just said. You may not be that fancy car. You're better than that fancy car. You're classic old school. And if that's what that person wants, that's their baggage, let them go. Or her, right? You are perfect the way you are. That one's got way too much baggage. That one's got way too much shit for you to carry around. You're free. You're single. Go for it. Go do what you need to do. Go live your life. It's beautiful. This one's got way too much baggage. Friends at this time. So maybe it's better for you just to be friends with that person at this time. I'm your friend, but that's it. They got too much baggage for you to carry with them in your life. Now, it doesn't have to go with this card. It could be just somebody wants you to be friends. You know, that's all it is it's friends at this time. Or maybe right now I'm going through a lot and I need a friend at this time. I need friends at this time. That's what I need. I don't need somebody with a bunch of baggage that they've chosen to keep. I keep trying to pull you out from underneath this shit, but you still want it. Or maybe it's just too much. And these are lessons that you need to learn. It's not for me to carry. It's not for me to learn these lessons for you. It's not for me to pull you out from underneath all of this shit. That's for you to do. What I need right now is friends at this time. I need somebody who is in the same mindset as me. That's what's important for me. At 1 hour and 13 minutes in, we go to the cat. So here's me. I love this cat. This was my mom's Raku cat. And we'll talk about cat. The cat is speaking about boundaries. The cat is speaking about curiosity. The cat is speaking about spirit. Cat is very connected to spirit. The cat is speaking about maybe you're finicky. You know, you don't let just anyone in. Wait, it's too zoomed in. Too zoomed in on my cat. I'm too zoomed in on my cat. I see it for what it is. So the cat, think about all the things with the cat. This is a white cat. This cat is in the light. I like that. This cat is speaking the truth. This cat is in honesty. This cat is strong and stable on their feet. This cat, this is a kitten. This is a cat. So this cat may be older, but it's young at heart. This cat is aware. The cat is asking you to make sure that you're not... Okay, so I said I'm too zoomed in on my cat. Okay, so boundaries. Crossing boundaries. Stay away. Make sure that you're not crossing somebody's personal boundaries. Make sure that they're not crossing your personal boundaries. Make sure that you know where your boundaries are and where another's boundaries are. Make sure that you know where you begin and where you end, and where they begin and where they end. Don't take on another person's burdens, just like we saw before, right? It's not your lesson to learn, it's theirs. Don't, what else about cat? Clearly I love cats. Cats are, see, a lot of people are dog people. I love all animals, but I'm definitely a cat person. Cats are independent. They don't need you to do everything for them. The cat's telling you to relax. Even if what you're looking at in front of you is totally chaotic, they want you to understand that you're going to land on your feet, because the cats are very flexible. They're very nimble. They want you to take note of what's going on around you. They're very curious, right? The clues are all in front of you, and you're being shown what you need to see. Spirit's showing you. We wonder, when we get to a place where we get too many options, or we're feeling a little bit frenetic, or a little bit worried. Sorry that it's all kind of blending into the background. Yeah, that cat is blending into the background. It's interesting. So that's a message to me. That cat was blending into the surroundings. The things that I was picking up were the background, not the cat. That's a message for me. I know when I say these things, they apply to other people as well. So these are the clues. The cat's telling you that the clues are all around you. Okay, so there it is. The cat is blending into the background. It also could be telling you that somebody is blending into the background. I'm like a chameleon. I don't want to be seen. I'm kind of blending in. I don't want to be noticed. The cat is also saying that we have plans or thoughts in our mind, thinking things have to go certain ways. So the cat's basically saying, so you think everything has to go according to plan? Well, the cat's here to tell you that magic is at foot, and you can freaking toss those the thoughts and those plans that you had out the window, because something bigger and better is around the corner. So maybe this one's fading into the distance, right? You're just fading into the background. So maybe that one's done, and there's something bigger and better coming into your life, and it's just right around the corner. So maybe that one's just got way too much baggage, and you don't want to carry that shit around. Fading into the background, and something better is about to pop out, and that's what Spirit's saying, because there is magic. Magic's popping right now in your life. So it's about time to strike out on your own and be independent, and stop being so dependent on other people. Stop relying on other people. This is about you being independent. It's all about communication. It's about the ability to communicate with the people around you, but not only just the people around you, but with Spirit. Because the cats, they're good at that. Cats, you watch cats, they can see spirit. You can watch them. They are, they're very slinky. They're very sleek. They're stealthy, right? They move in and out. They go between the spirit world and this world. They are bridges between this world and that. They see departed ones. So it also is telling you that when the cat comes into your life, somebody in your life or something is trying to tell you something, and they want you to listen. What is your intuition telling you right now? They could be letting you know that you've got the power, the magic to create whatever it is that you need. We're going to know with our messages here. Whatever it is that you want. All you have to do is believe in yourself. Recognize that you have everything you need, just like we've been saying all morning. We've got the tools that we need. Anything that we need to accomplish, we don't. And Spirit is based. Cat's saying don't hesitate on acting on your dreams. The cat does know when to sleep. Cats spend a lot of time sleeping. They rest. They know how to take care of their body, right? Cats are very psychic, as I said. So as a cat, as a totem, I am the cat. I've got a cat tattoo on my body. I've always been the cat. They want you to know that as a cat person, if this is your totem, you are a psychic person. You do have this ability. You're very psychic, actually, very intuitive. Your whiskers pick up the nuances. You can read people. You can feel your energy. You're very, you've got that. You've got that in any situation. You pick up on things that other people don't see and other people don't hear. That's why I said, do you not understand that I can see what you're doing in my dreams? I know what's going on. We're unpredictable. We can go one way and then completely flip and go another way. So you may look at us and you may say, we're a complete paradox, cat people. Absolutely. You think you're not, you're not steady. No, that's not it. But we can spin on a dime just like that. We can be there and gone just like that. So if there's too much baggage, too much toxic energy, we're out. We know what's right. We're staying in the light. There's always a sense of mystery. You can't quite figure us out, right? We're very, very choosy in who we pick as friends. And we don't cave into peer pressure. Cats are not like dogs. We're not like that. We will love who we want to love, and we will go where we want to go, and we'll do it when we want to do it. You won't make us do it. So we will choose our own life. The problem with cat people is we do tend to be a little reclusive. Because of that, we will pull back. We don't need to be around a lot of people, so we have to watch for that. Not make sure that we don't pull away too much. So 9 of autumn. The number 9 is right at the end. And autumn, that's pentacles. So this is about rewarding yourself for all the hard work that you've put in. And this is somebody who is successfully self-employed. Absolutely. And this is, as the cat person, somebody who knows how to spend time alone, and they like spending time alone. You know, we enjoy it. We like our work. We've done well in our work, and we have no problem being with ourselves and enjoying our company. So we don't have to choose. That's why we're choosy about who we let into our lives. We don't have to let you in. We're good on our own. You know, we don't want you to complete us. We don't need you to complete us. We are complete in ourselves. We have everything we need. If we choose to bring you into our lives, it's because we want a complement, a friend, right? Look at everything. Look at the abundance. Everything we need, and we can do it ourselves. She's playing music, her own beautiful music, herself. She's dressed in fine clothes. She's got a beautiful array of vegetables and fruit. She's a vegetarian. And she doesn't mind being by herself. I've said many times myself, I would rather be alone than married and miserable. I used to always say I'd rather be alone and lonely, because there are times of being lonely. But we know that it's golden. Our time, at least we know we're in good company, right? We know we're in good company. We would rather be alone in our own company than in toxic company. So right now, Spirit's telling you it's time to reward yourself for all the hard work that you've put in. You deserve relaxation. You deserve to be nurtured. You deserve happiness and peace. You know, you've put a lot in. You deserve the attention. You deserve to be treated in luxury. And you deserve to treat yourself to luxury. I went out last night and I bought myself my Bing cherries, and I bought myself my favorite salad dressing, and I got really nice vegetables. And I thought, you know, I don't eat a lot as a vegetarian, but if I'm going to eat it, it's going to be what I like. And I got everything I liked, and it was damn good. So Spirit's telling you, you've worked hard, you know? Honor yourself. Recognize what you've done. Look at the feather in your cap and the little diamond in your hat. This is not about being egoistic. This is about having natural pride for what you've done and how far you've come. And this is to give you basically a shot in the arm. I went yesterday to get a vitamin B12 shot, and I got a bruise, man. And my landlord says, "Why did you get that?" And I said, just because, I need it. Helps me. It's good for me. I deserve to have a little bit of a boost, and I got it. So for me, when I'm looking at this message and thinking about the shot that I got in my arm yesterday, this is a shot in the arm to keep you going. Spirit is telling you, look at all of this and see all this in yourself and give this to yourself. You deserve a shot in the arm, and Spirit's giving you that impetus to keep moving forward. The fruits of your labor are all around you. You stand in good standing. Your reputation precedes you. It's clear that you're in the light, right? You're not worrying about other people. You don't kowtow to other people. You're not a dog. You don't come when you're called, right? People treat you with respect. They're there. They're in your arena. If they don't, they're out. And it's okay. You're not worried about other people and what they think of you. So this is about being self-employed. This is about creating a beautiful environment around you. You may not have a large environment, but it's going to be beautiful. Just like I watched in my dream of that travel trailer, that classic travel trailer. It might have been a mobile home, but like I said, I was watching a caravan, and it was beautiful. It was small, but it was already classic. And what could be done with my touch, I was looking at it going, wow, this place could be dialed out, right? That's you. You may not have a lot, and maybe you do have a lot, but you know how to dial it out. So this is about cherishing alone time. This is about creating a beautiful environment around you, no matter how big this thing is. And it's about enjoying the fine things in life. Because why? Because you deserve it. We all deserve it. No one says you have to be a pauper. And you know what? I've said before, I could have a tiny house, but I'd have the most beautiful tiny house there was, because my garden would be gorgeous and the inside would be adorable, and so would the outside. Moonstone. Gotta love that, right? My stone. So the moonstone is telling you to pay attention to your dreams. I did, man. Pay attention to your dreams. They are accurate at this time. Your intuition, your inner knowing, the things that you were picking up, bang on. You are dead on with what you're getting. It's trustworthy. So trust it. Pick up your moonstones and meditate with them. Aren't these beautiful? These are so beautiful. They have so much fire. If you could see these, God, the lighting in here is awful. If you could see my moonstones, they're incredible. There's so much blue. Ugh. So pick up a moonstone and meditate with it, because you're already a highly intuitive person. Your third eye is lit up. This is your stone. And at this time, your higher self wants to go higher. Look at the levels. It's going higher. You started out a little smaller, and then you get bigger, and you get bigger, and you're going up, all the way up. Your psychic gifts want to open. I'm super excited about this, because my gifts, they come so fast now, and it's hard to put it all, get it all out in words. Right now, there are downloads that are happening. You may be getting several downloads at a time. Bam, bam, bam. And that's probably why I'm speaking so quickly, right? You may find yourself getting headaches. You may find yourself awake at night at certain times. You're being downloaded. Anytime I go to Sedona, and I find myself awake in the middle of the night, there's downloads coming in. Boom, 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 boom. So at this time, you might be getting strong feelings. You might, a sense of knowing, just knowing. I just know it. You don't have to explain it. I know it. Visions. Your dreams are very clairvoyant. At this time, it's really, really important. I've been speaking about this a lot. You need to stay clean and sober. No pot. No pot. I am not against pot. I want you guys to know that. I think it's really healthy. I think it's cannabis is, it saved my cats, the oil, but I am not a stoner. I'm not a stoner. Now, it's very important. Spirit has already said it to me so many times, and they showed it to me why. I cannot channel. I don't get clarity. Things get confused. No alcohol, no drugs at this time. Spirit wants you clean and sober so that you can understand what's going on. It is not helping you right now. It's fucking your head up. You don't understand that, but you will not get your visions. You will not get your downloads properly. You will not hear if your mind is not clear and sober. You need to be clear. So right now, whatever the feelings that you're picking up, trust what you're getting. Don't second guess. Really, really resist that. Whatever I picked up first, I'm going to hold on to. My first impression. I saw a lifestyle that was not okay for me. And I saw somebody say, maybe I could tow my other car behind. No, you can't. I don't want you. Don't bother offering. You're not going to come to me and offer and think that you're going to have a side piece on the side and think I don't know about that. It's disrespectful. Stay the fuck away from me. So I got that. That was an impression I got. I also got a gay lifestyle. I don't want that. Stay away from me. I don't want it. So right now, it's not about logic, and I don't care about logic. This is about trusting your intuition, and that's what Spirit's telling you right now. It's going to make sense to you. Soon you'll understand why you've been getting what you've been getting. Right now, be very, very sensitive to yourself about what happens. During a full moon, how babies are born, there's a lot of chaos outside, people's emotions run high. Pay attention to how your body and your mind works. What's interesting to me is my mind picks up everything on the new moon. We have a new moon, and that's when I get all my downloads. Isn't that interesting? But pay attention to how you work around the moon cycles. How does your body react? What is your mood? Are you feisty? I'm feisty in a new moon, right? I'm more calm and more emotional around a full moon, but very feisty in the new moon because that means I'm getting ready to go, right? All my energy is pumping. So watch yourself. How do you react around your moon cycles, especially women, right? Now everyone has the divine feminine within us. The men do as well. But do pay attention to how you act. I have noticed that. The new moon, I'm feisty. I'm ready to go to battle. Don't fuck with me in the new moon. I got a plan and I know where I'm going, and I'm not going to put up with your shit. That's when I become the Queen of Swords. And I got to watch it. Full moon, I'm a little bit more emotional. I'm not going to be quite as aggressive. So I know that about myself. So for you, what happens to you around your moon cycles? The moon stone, it supports the divine feminine. This is the goddess energy. That's why I wear it. This is my moonstone ring. Oh wow, she's on fire right now. Check her out. Ooh, she is on fire, and she isn't always on fire. So I'm telling you, all the intuition and the moon and the moon energy affects me during the new moon. Wow, that's the fire. A lot of times she goes very milky, which means, during the month it gets kind of quiet. So then once you know how you are around the different cycles of the moon, It's funny, I don't have a period because I had an emergency hysterectomy like 20 years ago. There was nothing I could do. I had endometriosis and I was rushed into the hospital. So I don't have a period, but my body still reacts because I still have ovaries, right? So if I'm around anyone, feminine energy. Now, feminine energy is within men as well. My body reacts to their cycle. Men have cycles too. Men have depression cycles. Do you know that? My ex I watched him, he had a cycle. So you may be in a cycle of depression. There may be a cycle that you have in your mind where your body reacts and you go through cycles. So I'm feisty around the new moon. What is your depression cycle? My ex at first, it was every 3 months he would go through this cycle, and then it started getting, more and more, and it got to the point where it was every 3 weeks, and he needed to get help with it. And he self-medicates. That's what he does. He uses pot. It doesn't solve the problem. It masks it. So watch your own cycle. Are you in a cycle of, I know that my twin disappears. And I said, where were you? And he says, oh, I was down, but I'm getting better. He was in a cycle. So you have to pay attention to what your cycle is and how you react around that time period. And then you'll understand why maybe you are acting the way that you are. I am now aware that on the new moon, I'm feisty, right? So I got to be careful about the words that I say, about how about reacting. So watch that. It's very, very important. It helps you as far as, I just said, right at the new moon, I'm feisty, and then I go kind of milky, right? So right after the new moon, I mellow out, and then I'm really, really good. It's just the new moon, I get a little feisty. So if you got to bring me something that's going to be difficult for me to hear, don't bring it to me at the new moon. Unless you want to expect me to react. I'm going to have fire. I'll try and tone it down, but you have to understand that around that time, I'm going to be a little more feisty, right? So you yourself then, all right, I'm in a cycle. So when I'm in this cycle, this is how I act. So I have to pay attention when I move forward, as far as receptivity, as far as when I'm nurturing, as far as when my spiritual visions come in, however else I'm affected. Now, I'm feisty around the new moon, but I get a shitload of information, right? And I'm on. I am very intuitive. My dreams are amazing. And so there's pros and cons. So knowing about it means that you can make adjustments, right? Also know that then during the rest of the time, I'm processing, right? I'm approachable, I'm calm, I'm very nurturing during that time. So it's kind of like you get your nuggets, you get your, you get like the eggs, like check it out this way. I'll do it this way. The eggs are dropped. Like say it's your period. The eggs are dropped at a certain time, right? And after that's dropped at that certain time, during that time, before the eggs are dropped, and even, it's just before the eggs are dropped, and even during, when I would have my period, I had excruciating pain. That was the endometriosis. It was pain like I can't tell you. So it could be you in this cycle that you're in, a depression cycle. You may be going through a period of, it's very, very difficult during that time when those eggs are being dropped. Now, a man has that too. You don't have eggs dropping from your ovaries, but you do have this energy. So at that time, those eggs are being dropped for me 3 days before. Remember? Oh my God, we got this message 3 days before the full moon and 3 days after. Pay attention to what's going on. Because for me, 3 days before I had my period and I had extreme pain. And 3 days into it, the first 3 days of my period, actually it was the first 2 days for me, were excruciating pain. I was debilitated. I could barely move. I was in so much pain, nothing could help me. And then it was over. It was fine. So you may be in the same cycle like I watched with my ex. He had depression and he was debilitated. For the first couple of days, there was nothing you could do but be kind and loving and nurturing. So you have to pay attention to this in somebody in your life. They may have this cycle, and you have to understand that, okay, you know what? It's a couple of days. They're going to go there. And maybe, it got longer for him until you may have to have treatment for it. You may need to seek treatment for it. He did. He needed to get help. Sometimes you do need to seek Western medicine. I would prefer crystals and the nature of and things naturally. I'm sure that there's things that we could do naturally if you really researched it, that you wouldn't have to go to drugs. But you do have to understand that they're going to go through a cycle. And during that time, they may be very weepy, they may be very sad, they may be very, very despondent, and you're not going to be able to get through to them. And that may be why Spirit says, not right now, right? Give it a little time. You'll understand why. They're in a cycle. Give them a little time. They'll go through the cycle, and then it'll be fine. They'll be able to process it. It's like my twin, you know, he would become overwhelmed. Because he's such an empath and carries so much, and he needs to go away and process. That's why we need our alone time. That's why cat people need our alone time. Maybe right now, this cat's blending in. He's got a lot he's carrying, so let him go. Drop it. Let go of that. It could be that message that we got in the last message. Let it go. He's got a lot he's carrying right now. He needs to work it through, right? Give him a little time. He'll work it through. Send love and light. See them in love and light. This is also for yourself. This is really amazing. This is amazing. I love this message. This is my message, so this is awesome. So exactly, balance. You've got to find balance. So also I'm getting there may be a Libra in your life that is very difficult. And I'm just getting this message. It's for specific people. Yes, I know. There is a Libra in your life who's very, very difficult. There is. My daughter's a Libra, and she's difficult. But she's also, Libra is about balance. So at this time, my daughter's in a lot of pain. Has had a surgery. And it's going to be really difficult at first, but pretty soon, and she needs love, and she needs nurturing, and she needs compassion. I'm going to go see her today. I'm bringing her something. So that's giving me a message. So for someone in your life, there is a Libra. I'm getting, it's a male. And right now they need your love. They're in a cycle. They're going through a difficult time. They may be very difficult to handle at this time, and you may not want to be around them. You may need to stay away. But you can see them wrapped in love and light. It might be that one that's got that too much baggage to carry, that you need to let them go. See them in love and light. But, you know, it's not good for you to be in toxic energy as well. Just understand that what they're going through is difficult for them. I'm just getting all those messages right now. So right now, karma is also being balanced is what I'm getting. Spirit is balancing karma out at this time. So whatever it is that you have sent out, be prepared to reap that karma. Now, in this situation, between what I've been watching, you know, you may have done some things, and don't think you're going to escape your karma. There will be karma. You may have to answer for things that you have done. It doesn't mean all is lost, but you aren't going to escape your karma. You still could move forward, possibly with the same project, the same person, but you're going to have to reap your karma, and you're going to. You're gonna have to maybe deal with somebody's emotions, and you're gonna have to suck it up. You know, you reap that karma. You sent that out, you did that, and this is what you have to deal with. It might be a sharp tongue. It might be, how could you do this to me? This is what you did to me. This is karma balancing it out. Now, if you've done wonderful things, the curtains are parting here. I'm seeing the curtains parting here, right? And karma's balancing out right now. Spirit is balancing out the darkness and it's being, whatever has been covered up with this fancy, colorful exterior, it's being balanced out. It's being, you know, drawn to the side. This colorful lifestyle, whatever it is that you were leading, it's parted. It's separating. And now it's a little bit more bland here. It's a little bit more steady, and like this cat wanting to blend in, right? That's what's going on. I sampled this lifestyle. It's not who I am. It's not what I want. I'm more this. This colorful lifestyle that I thought I wanted, you know, it was flashy and it was exciting and it was beautiful, and this looked boring at the time, but I recognized that, you know, check it out. Check it out. The selenite, which is self-charging and charges others. This is an empath. This is one that wants to blend in. This is more suited. This moonstone energy, right? Check it out. There's beauty in this and there's depth in this. But to other people, at first on the outside, they look at this. It's bright and it's flashy and they're drawn to that. It can be enticing. This is temptation. This is the devil. This is temptation. And the scales are balancing out right now. So also it's telling you that you can have both. You don't have to have it all white. It doesn't have to all be bland, right? There's beauty and there's depth and there's gorgeousness in what other people see as boring and bland. Maybe as far as sex, I did all of this stuff. I've told you what I've watched in my dreams, and it's been disgusting to me. They've sampled all of this stuff. They wanted to try all this stuff, and other people told them that this is just boring, that they had never had sacred sexual bliss. They have no idea. What they're looking at is white, bland, gray, boring. They don't see the fire and the depth. They have no idea what can happen when you're in the company of your sacred soulmate. You can have kinky, hedonistic, wild sex and try all of these, you know, all of these toys and all of these people and group sex and all of this stuff. Explore polyamory and what's the other word? what is it when somebody has more than one hot wife? Polygamy. They sleep with, polygamists. Or lifestyle, all of this. I've watched all of this in my dreams. It doesn't hold a candle to this. But they don't know that because they've never experienced that. So now the curtains are parting. And maybe what you've decided, and I watched this in my dream last night, well, what about towing something behind? What if you want to drill somebody? I literally watched this, I'm sorry. Oh, snap, I just heard that. Something just shut down. Something just went wrong. Okay, well, that's what it is. What if you have a desire for that? Well, you know what? This one that sits in the middle is a mix of all of this. It doesn't have to be that. There's light and there's color here. There's a compromise. There's a blending. There's a balancing. There's finding balance between hedonistic and bland. There's bliss. That's what's in the center, the balance. Now, we can take this completely away from sex, and we can put this back to a work. We can take this, your life. We can take this to relationship. We can take this, whatever it is. It's the same situation because sex is your seat of sexual energy, this is all fiery. That is creativity. Your sacral chakra is your seat of sexual energy and creativity. So sex comes down to it. It's the greatest motivating force that we have as humans. So this is tied up on two sides. God, I'm getting too many messages I don't want to look at right now. I won't go there. But there's a balance. You need to have a balance. Like I said, too much of a good thing, or maybe too much of, this is the devil, this is the temptation. What are you tempted to do? You need to tie that up. Two of them on the sides. They need to go. There's one in the center. Are you giving and receiving in equal measure? If you tip the scales too far one way or the other, your life falls out of alignment and priorities get mixed up. Come back to the middle. In anything and everything, come back to the center. Don't give too much in a relationship. Don't give too much in a project. Don't give too much of yourself. Come back to the center. There's got to be a balance in everything. You make the move. So you're being required to make the move. Interesting. You make the move. So as I read this message, Aries people, you make the move. Or we are saying you make the move. We need to find balance. We need to strike a balance. I'm not making the move because I've made all the moves. I'm sitting in that chair. My message is it's time for you to make the move. I'll take care of my life, but if there's something that's involved between me and another, I'm sitting it out. I'm sitting in a chair of healing, and it's a chair of love, and it's balanced. I see both sides. I've seen it all. I'm relaxed. But it's up for you to make the move. So 1 hour and 42 minutes and 40, how interesting, 42:24. Okay, so 42:24, so they're mirrors. Mirrors are not identical. When you look in the mirror, in something's written, it's written backwards, right? So because people are mirrors, doesn't mean they're identical. They're not. They're the opposite. They complement one another, but they're opposites, like fire and water, like quiet and outspoken, like slow and quick, right? They're balanced. There's a balance that you come between the two. So I'm looking at 42 and 24. It also shows me that you're looking at a mirror, which means it could be the opposite of what you saw, right? It's identical, but the opposite of what you saw. So like I said, I'm looking in a room, right? I'm feeling the energy, I'm watching, and as an empath, I feel the energy. I also see things, but my energy can be looking at one in one room, and on the other side of the room is the other energy. So are you seeing the mirror? It's also telling you to look in your own mirror, right? Where did you do something like that? Like is what I talked about yesterday, right? Where were you in a position in your life where you did something, you experimented with something that you weren't, that you wish you hadn't? Like when I smoked that salvia, I thought it was pot. I didn't know. So that's a message too. And I watched this in my life. I watched somebody was with somebody and was about to do something with somebody and found out that they were a transgender person. They didn't know that. The person was transgender. So it looked like one thing, but it was different. It wasn't what it was. And I smoked pot, right? I went to smoke a pot, and it wasn't pot, it was salvia. And I went on a wild trip. Okay, well, you went to try something and you thought it was one thing, but it was something else. So I'm looking at the mirror. I'm looking at a mirror. And you need to look at that. And we need to bring everything back into balance when you do so. So the number was 4224, right? It's also showing me an age gap, 42 and 24. And I watched that too. Somebody young enough to be your daughter, right? 42 and 24. I watched that. And that's a rough one for me to swallow. So let's look at the, God, I don't want to go there. I know, you guys, you heard it too. Don't go there sexually. The number 24, the angels are surrounding you right now, but not just angels, additional angels, helping you stay optimistic no matter what it is that's going on around you. They understand how powerful faith is. So they're releasing any negative thoughts and emotions within you to give you a clear path to manifest what it is that you're wishing to manifest. That is for the 24. Now, if you go to 42, the angels are urging you to keep the faith. So now you see the same, one is abbreviated. One has got more, it's got a lot more to say. Think about that. One has a lot more to say, but it's the same message. So I'm going back to the two different people. One has a lot more to say. One says less, but gives the same message. If you look at the 42, you're being told to keep the faith. If you look at the 24, there's more detail. Stay optimistic. Understand that the angels know the power of faith and they are helping you release any negative thoughts and emotions so that you can clear the path to the manifestation of your desires. So what number 42 had was faith. I'm getting a lot of messages right now, but I think I'll leave it at that because this is the longest reading on the history of the planet. So at an hour and 46 minutes in 28 seconds, I'm going to let you guys go. This is a pretty intense reading, isn't it? Holy shit kicker. I'm glad the new moon only lasts for a little while. I can only handle this many downloads and my energy being amped up. I can already feel the energy slowing down. Might be that, I don't know. It's just, it's slowing down. I'm processing now, see? Because I'm a processor as well. But these are still on fire. I can't get over the fire in those moonstones today. Wow. They're on. Okay, you guys, I love you. We'll speak soon.